let's get into this reaction about Monique. It says, Monique says she does not do religion. You call it God, I call it the universe. Whatever that means.
I belong to the group called Love. God got a lot of rules.
All right, let's get into this reaction.
You a Christian?
No,
You're not a Christian? Do you believe in God?
I believe in the universe.
How about God?
You call it God, I call it the universe. The universe is everywhere. So I believe everything starts with the universe. The love I have for the universe allows me to love everybody with no judgment whatsoever. Whatever you do, however you do it. So I don't play in groups. I don't play Christianity. I don't play Muslim. I don't play Baptist. I simply play love. I belong to the group called Love, and I believe in the universe.
So when you say universe, are you saying the universe is God?
Right. Yes. You call it God. I say the universe. I say it's always, everywhere, all the time, sees all things, everything. So what you say God, because see, for me, in my humble opinion, especially in our community, God got a lot of restrictions. God got a lot of rules. God jealous. God be mad as shit, Jesse. God won't punish you and send you to hell. I don't want to fool with him.
What in the world?
Oh my goodness. Okay, the only thing, I'm gonna start positive first. The only thing that I would agree with her on is to not judge the people and to love people. That's the only thing out of this whole video that I agreed with. Everything else was a bunch of nonsense. I'll let you start.
The last part really threw me off. Like, I was taken back. My whole thing is, when you talk about the universe and you want to call it the universe and not God, why is that? You're saying you call it one thing and I call it the other thing. And it kind of brings me to when God says, if you deny me in front of people, I'll deny you in front of my Father. It's just like, to say like you don't want to call it God throws me off. You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying it's the same thing as what we're believing in as Christians, but you're not Christian though. So it's just like very in the gray area. Like you don't want to put no clarity on it. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to leave it up to interpretation. Like, and then also you want to say God got a lot of rules and you don't want to like abide by his rules, which is our modern society in general. Like we don't want to have any restrictions. We want to be able to indulge in anything that makes us feel good, anything that's pleasurable, anything that's desirable for the flesh. We do not want to have any moral absolutes, any moral standards. And so I think all she's speaking about, like she's saying that she believes in love and all that, but I think all she's speaking about is not wanting to get in alignment with God's will and his purpose. And at the end of the day, that's gonna end you up, that you're gonna end up somewhere you don't want to be. And you could call that judgment, you call it whatever you want, but I'm gonna just say it as it is. You know what I'm saying? You want to play this game with God and make it seem like you don't really know what it is that you're supposed to be following and what you're supposed to be believing in. And I'm not about to play that game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even about to even encourage that behavior.
I'm gonna be a little less nice because no, the way you put it was very, very nice, right? And I'm gonna not be so nice. I'm gonna be very direct.
Okay.
And the truth is, the reason she's saying what she's saying is because she wants to be lustful. That's the truth. That is the honest truth. The only reason
I didn't even see that, but
the only reason she's saying this is because she wants to live in her lust. Because there's no other reason why. Why did I come to this, conclusion? Because she said God has a lot of rules. God has a lot of restriction. God has a lot of this, a lot of that. And the reason you're saying that is because you don't want to live by the rules of only sleeping with the person you're married to. You don't want to live by the rules that God has put in place for you. Why? Because you want to be lustful. That's the truth.
Let me ask you a question. Like, what if it's not lust? What if it's drunkenness, or what if it's
That's still lust. You're lusting to be drunk. Lust can be found in a lot of different things, right?
Really?
Yes, not just sex.
Are you sure?
Yeah, lust can, because you're okay. Another way you can look at it is idolizing, right?
Okay.
She's idolizing either a man, multiple men, right? Or idolizing multiple women, or idolizing money, or idolizing drinking, idolizing drugs.
I think idolizing is a better word than lust, though.
Yeah, but she finds that to be lustful for her. Like, it turns her on some way, somehow. Some people like to drink because that gets them ready. No, not ready in that way. No, not ready that way. Like, it makes their day, right? And they find joy in that, right? And that's a form of lust. Like, that's a form of lust.
And God,
and that's the reason she's saying this, because.
But that's why she mentions jealous. He's
exactly, he's a jealous God. Exactly, and the reason she's saying this because she's being dishonest with herself, and that dishonesty comes from, if you truly believed in love, right? Then explain to me where love comes from, right? Because you're saying I believe in the universe, right? Well, where did the universe come from then? Okay, I'll take your word for it. Let's say I want to believe in the universe, right? Explain to me where the universe came from.
They're gonna say the Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory. Fine. Let's say the Big Bang Theory happened, right? So you're telling me that you have faith in something that you never saw, never was a part of, and you can't prove. What do you call that? Faith. You call that faith, right?
And you call that.
You're just not choosing
a miracle.
A miracle, exactly.
Yeah,
The Big Bang Theory, right? You believe in a miracle, right? That's faith. Whether you want to say it is or not, that's faith, right?
Right.
And that's why I'm saying she's not being honest with herself, because you can't prove to me, just like you're probably going to say to me, you can't prove to me God, right? But I can promise you, I could show you more evidence of God than you can show me evidence of the universe being something you should idolize.
Of existence coming from non-existence.
Exactly. Basically life coming from non-life, right? You can't prove or show me evidence of that ever. And basically what you're telling me is the universe created life from nothing.
Right.
Which is impossible.
Right.
Right.
And
it's smarter to try to go find evidence, right? Not prove, but to try to find evidence on what personal being or personal spirit created life. That's a higher probability of finding, which is what will lead you to God, because God is a personal being and a personal spirit, right? And He created the universe, right? You can't create the universe out of nothingness.
And I just wanted to touch on the fact that I find that people who come into money or come into different fame, different categories of life, I think that they start to stray based on narcissism, thinking that they have consumed enough or know more to be like holier than thou, and then they can kind of create their own rules. You know
or seen too much.
Yeah, you've
that's
seen
a lot
too
of
much.
times.
And
that's
then
a lot of times what happens with celebrities or people with fame or a high status. A lot of times is they seen too much, and they start to say, "Wait a minute, God don't live in these areas." Of course, God doesn't live in those areas. He doesn't live in those areas where there's nothing but demonic stuff or nothing but lustful stuff. God does not live there.
It doesn't mean that all famous people or rich people are demonic or anything like that. It's just that when you idolize anything before God, you're sinning. It is one of our commandments. It is one of God's most important rules that we should live by. And so when you find people idolizing money, fame, or anything over God, they try to find excuses or loopholes on how to live the way they want to live.
Correct.
And not have to abide by the rules and the laws of the Lord.
Correct.
And nobody escapes the laws of the Lord. Like nobody. And so Monique, we'll be praying for you, and we hope that you find your way back, because I feel as though Monique seems as a woman who's intelligent and knows more than she's putting on to. I think that she's selling herself short here.
Yeah, I think she just, honestly, like I said, because Monique has been in the game a long time.
Yeah.
And I think what I see, honestly, is tired. She's tired.
And a bit lost.
Yeah, I see she's tired, and I think, like you said, she's lost, and it's probably because like I said, she's seen a lot. She's probably seen a lot, from the lowest of the low and the highest of the high, and been through a lot. So I think that has a lot to do with it, and her tiredness. I think she just needs to, honestly, just one time, Monique, if you saw this video, just one time, one night, just ask God for wisdom and to reveal Himself to you. And I promise you He will.
Yeah, because it seems like maybe doubt has instilled in her spirit, and I think that the opposite of faith is doubt.
Yeah.
And so without faith, it's very hard to believe in what you don't know.
And the honest truth that a lot of Christians won't tell you, right? And you know, I'll be one that will tell you. The honest truth is we all have doubt.
Absolutely.
We all have doubt.
Yeah.
How do you know we have doubt? Every time you sin. When you sin, that's doubt. And you need to go ask God for forgiveness and to show you how to get rid of that doubt. Ask him for wisdom. Because there's not one person on this earth who didn't have doubt.
Absolutely.
We all have doubt.
Yep. So thank you guys for watching this one. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think. Tell us your interpretation of what you think Monique meant in this video. And let us know if you agree or disagree. We're open to all interpretations, and we would be excited to reply and give you our responses to what you guys think. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next one.